Zombie ships brought back from the dead appear to be sailing through the Strait of Hormuz, which thousands of other vessels have avoided out of fear. Reporter Cason Ho has been tracking the ships through the strait and is with me in the studio to tell us more. So, Cason, what have you found?
Well, Roz, I'll just take you to the Persian Gulf. This is the Persian Gulf, Iran up here, and the Strait of Hormuz, that tiny choke point there where a lot of the ships have been avoiding. That strait has effectively been shut down over the past few weeks with threats of attacks and actual attacks from Iran in the Persian Gulf, in the Strait of Hormuz, and on the other side in the Gulf of Oman. But we have seen some vessels slipping through, about a handful each day. And over the past few days, a weird anomaly has sort of popped up, so-called zombie ships. We've charted one here on the map for you. This is the Japanese-owned LNG Jamal, a gas tanker which was supposedly decommissioned and scrapped last year. It was sold to an Indian ship recycler and it was being demolished for parts, but just on Friday, it actually broadcast its location from inside the Persian Gulf, and following that data, we can see it leaving through the Strait of Hormuz. Now, the tracking data is a little bit patchy, but we can assume it took the only path out through the strait and exited through the Gulf of Oman. I'll just show you another example here on another map. This is the Baltic Highway, another Japanese-owned, this one a vehicle carrier. This one was scrapped in India in 2020, but again, popped up on the maps through its tracking data on Friday, and we see it take a journey through the Strait of Hormuz and end up off the coast of Dubai. Now, we haven't been able to independently verify the real identities of these vessels, if they are in fact ships which have risen from the scrapyard as zombie ships, or if they are different vessels which have stolen the identities of these legitimate but decommissioned ships.
And what does the data tell us about how much Iranian oil is still getting through the strait?
Well, because of this patchy tracking data, it's difficult to say exactly how much Iranian oil is getting out through the Strait of Hormuz. But we can show you one example here. This is an Iranian oil tanker which we tracked. This was its location broadcast over the weekend, and we can see it going through the Singapore Strait. But before it reached there, we can see the tracking data is very patchy, and we can only assume that it travelled through the Arabian Gulf and out through the Strait of Hormuz. But looking at different data, if we look at satellite imagery, we can see that there have been Iranian supertankers, 3 over the weekend, loading up at Karg Island, which is Iran's biggest oil export hub in the Persian Gulf. And once they're laden, we can assume that they will be setting sail.
Cason, thank you.